Sydney, Australia, the stunning backdrop to the 2022 FIBA World Cup. It's opening day. We've got Group A action for you right here. Team USA taking on Belgium here inside the Kudos Bank Arena. I'm Despina Barton, joined by Lori Chiswick, the former Australian assistant coach. We are in your home territory, Lori, and we are getting set to see some of the best talent in this competition go toe-to-toe.
Despina, it feels like it has been forever that we have been waiting for the FIBA Women's World Cup to start, and finally it is here and we are ready to go. 10 days of elite women's basketball from around the world, and kicking it off today, as you said, Belgium and the mighty USA, both hoping to feature at the pointy end of the tournament.
Now, these two teams met just a few months ago in the qualifier in February. It was a 9-point contest then. The rosters slightly reconfigured. Belgium got a little bit older and a little bit shorter. USA younger and taller. And today, USA playing with just 9 players as they wait for the rest of the team to arrive from their WNBA duties. And a rich tradition here for the Belgian squad. They come here with a lot of confidence. They know how to play this USA team, and the fans in this building today, Lori, believe that this is an opportunity for them to hand Team USA an L.
Well, it is the opportunity that they really will want to grab, and with the USA in the absence of Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, what big-time names. They will think that that US lineup maybe doesn't look quite as intimidating.
For Cheryl Reeve there, who you're looking at on the screen, she's unwavering in their approach today. USA is going to do what they can do with all 9 players, and the expectation does not go any lower. They expect to come out here and come out here big.
Please give a special welcome.
Before the contest gets started, though, we're going to do and welcome the Hoyts Little Champions to the court for the official presentation of the team flags and national anthems. Today, Belgium is the visiting squad. Team USA is the home team. So first, we'll start with the Belgian Cats.
Now, please stand if you're able for the acknowledgement of country.
A look here, too, at game day action. It is, of course, Thursday, September 22nd. The court just about a quarter-mile away from us is Bosnia and Herzegovina in Puerto Rico. You see USA. We'll see Korea a little bit later. And this is a look at Group B, Canada, Serbia, Japan, Mali. Both Lori and I will be on the call for Japan, Mali, and then Australia and France. The prime time game here on opening night. A lot of energy in this town, Lori. A lot of fans that want to see their opals come out big.
Well, I think we'll see a packed stadium tonight, but I'm really impressed with the crowd that has come out to watch this USA game.
Of Belgium.
And now we will start with the Belgian national anthem.
The national anthem of the USA.
And we are almost ready for tip ball, a tradition that's gone away the last 2 years, Lori. These two teams, it looks like they will do a gift exchange at mid-court here, a tradition as we see the coaches meet for a handshake and the official coin exchange. Two nations, two teams, a lot of pride on the court.
It's a wonderful gesture, that gift exchange, and it's something that is good to see at the beginning of each game. We'll see that throughout the whole tournament, every game.
A look here at the officiating crew. These two are the teams that are the best in the world. They too have had to go through a rigorous qualifying tournament of sorts to get here, to be able to be on the court with the 12 best teams in the world. Belgium, the visiting squad here today, will step out with a familiar starting five. We know that will be led by Emma Miesemann and Julie Allemande. They're making just their second World Cup appearance. They finished fourth in 2018. It was USA that sent them home packing early.
These two teams have met a few times in recent years, and as you mentioned, as early as February this year, they played each other in the qualifying. So the starting lineup for Belgium, when you look at it, it's full of strength and players. Julie Allemande will lead the way. Van Loo will push the ball up the floor, and of course, Emma Miesemann is the centerpiece of this Belgium team.
They're led by Valerie Demery, who took over in October of 2021, replacing Philip Musta. And the #1 team in the world right now, United States, 10-time World Cup champions. They've won the last 3. They're going for #4, and it's Brianna Stewart who would be a part of her 4th World Cup gold medal if they are successful.
And Brianna Stewart will be the real leader on this team. She's been around, she's got experience, she's versatile. She's obviously in that starting lineup, along with Jewel Lloyd. In fact, Jewel Lloyd is the only player on this team to have featured in the 2018 World Cup, the Olympics in Tokyo, and the recent qualifiers. But they've got, regardless of the players that are missing, they have a lineup that is tough as anything.
They are led by Cheryl Reeve, a WNBA, a Minnesota Lynx head coach. She was an assistant on a lot of those Team USA gold victories. She said the only difference now between being an assistant and a head coach, she gets 0 rest when they are playing international ball.
To play in a tournament like this, it's every day. They only get 1 rest day, so it's about scouting, it's about preparing your team, it's about the energy. I tell you what, there is no rest for the players or the coaches, for that matter.
Basketball never sleeps. And if you take us back to February, it was a close contest between these two teams at the very end, a 9-point differential. I think that gives a lot of momentum to the Belgian Cats looking across the court, knowing USA's, they don't have a full bench.
Well, and the other thing, the fact that Belgium brings to this tournament 11 of those players that were at the qualifiers. So they've stuck together as a group. One player that really shone in those qualifiers and is coming off the bench today is Ben Abdelkader, and she shot 17 points and was on fire in that game.
We will see her come off pretty quickly, I would assume. But we're ready to get this one started. Brianna Stewart will make the jump ball for Team USA as the teams shake it up. Look at Allemande, and the crew will follow. Some salutations to the officiating crew. And before we will start this contest, we'll take a moment of silence. A moment of silence will serve as a mark of respect to honor the life of Queen Elizabeth II.
Thank you.
All right, folks, take your places. Brianna Stewart and Linskin. They're in the circle. Kiera Linskin's the center. And it's USA that will start things off. Ball's in Atkins' hands. Now, the Team USA has been here for about 9 days. They were staying down by Sydney Harbor, and we're really trying to fight that jet lag. Who's been here longer, Lori? This Belgian squad, 2 weeks in preparation of the time difference.
Well, we all know what a long trip it is to come to play to Australia, and certainly jet lag does play a factor, but right now we see that second effort by the USA team to get the first score of the game.
Atkins, the first bucket of the contest and of the tournament for Team USA. Lori, like you said, I think that was the second or third chance opportunity that Team USA had in that first possession. It ended with Lindsay. No issue. Messimon surveys. Looking for the cutter. Here she comes. Baseline. Taken away. Great hands. Great placement by Thomas.
A few little nerves by both teams, but the USA pushed the ball up the floor. Great transition basket.
A little give and go early for Team USA. Good hands. Thomas sticking with it. Excuse me. Give the credit to Atkins. Arrow Atkins with a defensive reward on the other end. And Team USA jumps up by a quick 6.
Well, they have come out ready to play. They're not worried about any players that are missing. They're concentrating on the players that are here, but good timeout called by Belgium coach Valerie Demery. He needs to settle his chargers down, and let's see if we can listen to what he has to say.
Okay. Derrière, on fait une perte de balle. On prend une fast break. On n'y est pas, les filles. En défense, on est super bon. En rebond, on fait pas le travail. Il y a juste ça à régler. La défense 3, ça les a gênés. Ok? Allez, on va en rebond.
Lori, with all your experience coaching, what do you think the message was there?
Well, I wish I could translate and to listen to exact his words, but I'm sure he would just be wanting his players to take a breath. Expect the pressure from the USA. That's the thing that they're going to bring to this game, the physicality, the pressure. And so you just have to know, you have to handle it, you have to be prepared, and you can't be intimidated. Don't take a backward step. So I think that was merely a let's settle down, played the first couple of minutes, let's play our style of game now.
Copper picks Alamon up. These two face each other in the WNBA. Copper with the Chicago Sky and Alamon with the Chicago Sky. So teammates. First shot from Liskins. It's a miss.
That's where she likes to shoot the ball. Just pop out to that short corner, baseline short corner area.
Stewart left alone. Okay, she'll take it.
Why not? I'm wide open. She likes that shot. She's good at that shot.
Trap didn't need it. Stewart on defense. Now the feed up to Lloyd. She's alone.
Wow, the U.S. can do no wrong at the moment. They are up and in the lanes and being creative.
Nearly knocked away again. Alimon trying to settle things down. Here's the screen from Messimon. Little pump fake corner, shot up. It's a miss. So cold start from the Cats. Copper straight at him. She'll draw the contact.
I really like the way the USA, the tempo that they're playing, the pace that they're pushing. They're attacking Belgium every single time down the floor.
And so that was the first foul of the contest going against Alimon. Short. Copper, their 6'1" forward, who plays for the Chicago Sky. She'll hit the second. USA up by a dozen. Van Loo a little frantic. Aliman tries to work off the screen, draws two, she'll step back, no. Coming at you, Delara. Yes, the first bucket for Belgium comes at the 7:15 mark.
And that might just settle the nerves for Belgium. Getting that, they had great ball movement, got it through hands, and a good finish by Delara.
Off the curl, Lloyd gets a good look. She's fouled. A little breathing moment for everybody.
Assistant number 6, Antonio.
You can see here the ball movement and then the penetration hard into the key, downhill by Delara.
And Lori, you were right. Jewel Lloyd, who's shooting some free throws right now, was a part of that FIFA World Cup gold team in 2018, that Olympic squad. And there was a lot of expectations of her to fill the shoes, right? Sue Bird is no longer here. Who's going to lead as point? And Lloyd has been filling that void.
Well, she has. I listened to an interview that she did, and it was about, you know, being vocal, being a leader out there. And with the changing of the guard, she needs to step up in those departments.
The look is down low first. They're really trying to get Linskens activated. Push out of bounds, a block call against Ariel Atkins.
Wow, I think Atkins really bailed her out at the last minute there because she had nowhere to go. USA was defending really well, and so clock resets now to 14, the shot clock, and we see a baseline ball for Belgium.
Misaman. Shot there by Van Loo, right with the doctor order. Julie Van Loo with the first three.
What a quick release by Van Loo, and we can see that as soon as that scored, they are straight into a zone now.
Lloyd in the corner. Tracked down by Delara. Van Loo sees a look, Linskens is there. A miss, Thomas defends. Third time is the charm, Linskens.
Well, you get 2 offensive rebounds included into that score. Great finish eventually by Linskens.
Kalia Copper. Stewart hits the baseline. She was lucky at the key. No, battle board goes to the Cats.
I really like the fact that Belgium have gone into that zone because the USA have had limited time together, so you can't work on everything.
Van Loo strikes it again!
All right, Belgium, here we come.
4-point game, a pair of threes by Van Loo. Aliman. Keep working the screen off Messiman. And she hits it! 3 trays in a row.
Well,
for Belgium.
That's one way of getting yourself back in the game, Despina.
Stewart goes baseline. On the floor goes Linskens.
It's twice now early. Linskens has hit the floor. She's such a valuable player for Belgium. She's a real presence in the middle. She can change people's shots.
And for the USA, number 6, Sabrina Ionescu.
A bit of a run for Belgium the last 2 minutes. Clawing back into this first quarter. We've got newcomers on the floor. Sabrina Ionescu making her debut for Team USA. At least the national senior team. She's grown up through this FIBA roster as Aliman finds the lane, kicks back out to Delara. Yes! And folks, we have a 16-15 game. In fact, they called that a 2. They called that short, Lori.
Yeah, it was a long 2. Her foot was just inside that line. I almost was going to say 4 threes in a row.
I was nearing that too. Thomas, hard to see past the defense of Misaman. Corner, 1 second to shoot it, they get it. Jewel Lloyd bails them out.
What a spectacle for our fans here and ones watching all around the world. The three-point shooting for both these teams.
Open look now. They want Van Loo on the other side. It's too tough. Unesco to Thomas. Lloyd wide open. No one in front of her.
That's the best way that the USA can score, is in transition. They won't have had time to run a lot of plays and do a lot. So if they can get a good basket, a nice three like that in transition, that's the way they want to play.
Van Loo. Misaman. She's got Stewart all over her so far in these first 7 minutes. And a hand in her face. Get it out of here.
Nice little back cut, but Brianna Stewart was having none of that.
Substitutions for Belgium. Number 19.
And Van Loo takes a seat, and you were talking about her earlier, Kiera. Excuse me. Hint Ben Abdelkader is on the floor. She offers a lot of star power. Stewart back-to-back blocks. She'll go at a much smaller Alimand, and easy money there for Team USA. They're back out in front by 9. Trailer gets the shot. It's good.
That's how Belgium like to play as well. They want to play at tempo. They want to push the ball. Exciting basketball we're watching right now.
Unescu scanning things out. Calls for it back. Stewart head down, making her way to the lane. Wanted to call, but nothing. We're rolling with Delara. That would have been the first shot from Misaman. Pushing straight ahead, Copper. Splits the defender, goes hard to the lane. It's a miss. Thomas with the cleanup. It's good.
The US team is so athletic. They're long, they can run. You can just see when they're going in after the rebound or trying that layup there that they've just got length.
A little defensive change up here now. Jewel Lloyd on Misaman. Delari. No over the back. And USA pushes. Copper. Yes. That's hard to defend, Lori.
Well, it is. So that was just a couple of dribbles, a kick ahead to a waiting Copper. Feet set, shot the ball beautifully.
A little bunched up here for Belgium. Alimand calling for Delara to come forward, and it's tossed away right into the hands of Stewart. Again, driving it at Alimand. Goes after her own board, and Belgium recovers. Abdelkader. Alimand. Yes!
I like the fact that she's looking to be a scorer. Alimand sometimes can just be a facilitator more, but her mindset tonight looks like it's more of a scoring mentality as well.
Cuts the lead to single digits. Stewart, top of the key. Design play, it's a miss. 29-20 with just about a minute to play in the first quarter. Alimand straight through the lane. Things open up. Beautiful lane on the left. Cutter comes baseline. Snagged she is, so Kalia Copper will go to the free throw line. I want to say this foul is coming down on Messi.
Personal foul. Assistant number 34.
I think Messi just lost vision of her on the back of that zone. She made a really good back cut and was out of position then when she put the ball up and really just had to foul her.
It's also for USA.
So some substitutions here for the final minute. You're looking at Kalia Copper, the 6'1" forward, who spends her WNBA season with the Chicago Sky at the free throw line. She'll get the second to go down.
Substitutions for USA.
In 9 minutes. Copper's been able to do some work for Team USA. Julie Van Loo has 2 threes under her belt today. Trying to get Abdelkader activated. Top of the key, long two, no. We're rolling with Lloyd. Defense checking in. Feed tracked down by Lloyd, but not before she steps out of bounds.
I think a tact for Belgium is to keep running the floor, keep putting pressure on the defense straight away. We know that the USA don't have quite as many players out there, maybe not quite as many rotations, so make them play defense, make them run.
Van Loo, wing, other side, miss off back rim. It's Ionescu who pulls down the rebound. 10 seconds. Stewart goes straight at Belgium, gets her own rebound off the glass. It's a kiss, and it is a goodbye to quarter number one. USA leads 32-22. Clapping it up there is Cheryl Reeve.
22, USA with a hot start. How about Belgium coming under with that shooting? But you need to know, folks, if you're a part of this, these players respond to the energy.
Pretty high-scoring game, Despina, 32-22 in one quarter of basketball.
Get up out of your seat and bring a bit of energy. Here we go.
As we can see some of the stats, the three-point shooting. Wow, 50%, 57% by the Belgium team. Nobody's really gone to the free throw line that much. The USA a few times, but there is some good action out there that we're viewing.
USA versus Belgium.
Ariel Atkins. The ball movement too, Lori, has been pretty spectacular.
Well, the first part of that quarter, USA, as we know, went on a 12-0 run and pushed the ball, as we see here, just laying it up hard. Jewel Lloyd and finishing strongly, but they were running, and that's how they were scoring their points. They weren't bogged down at all in the quarter court. And this was the first basket by Belgium that sort of set the pace. And then the threes just started coming. First one by Allemand. Wow, and then they just were raining after that, but such a good shot, such poise out there.
Belgium cats. Tell you what, the kids are picking point, bringing the energy.
And the counterattack then from Kalia Copper. Right on cue to keep the Cats just at bay. It was a 1-point game. And now USA will start the quarter with a 10-point advantage. Guys, if you're at home watching this game, go ahead and scan the QR code on the screen. This is the new Courtside app. You can find complete coverage of the FIBA Women's World Cup. I'm talking about latest news, stats, tournament info, and you get a front row seat to all the behind-the-scenes footage and interviews, so much more. So I would highly suggest downloading that Courtside app. All right, quarter number two. It's day number one of the FIBA Women's World Cup. Despina Barton alongside Lori Chiswick, the former Australian assistant coach. Lori has been around for the 2016 Rio Olympics, the 2014 Worlds. And Lori, you were the first female assistant coach in the NBL. We are in your backyard, so thanks for having us.
Oh, it's so fun to see all these players here, the cream of the cream with all the teams from around the world, and to host them here in Sydney, a beautiful, beautiful city. It's exciting.
And obviously a city that knows how to host high caliber international competitions. We are in the Olympic Park. I feel like I'm walking the steps of some of the world's best athletes. I know I am, actually.
Well, the Sydney 2000 Olympics were held in this precinct, and it was fabulous. And we see an offensive foul called there.
That going out against Sabrina Ionescu. That ends that possession a little bit sooner than what Team USA would have liked. Ooh, a hard screen. You know, one of the keys that Belgium told me would be important to them today was to match the physicality. And right there is a play that does just that. Lisawa, fearless with the attack.
We see the zone again, which really did a good job for them in that first quarter. It looks like they go into it after a score is made.
One and done possession for USA. Outside shot up for Linskens. No, Stewart waiting. Laney calling for some movement. Open on the key, will take it in herself. Jones hits the deck.
A little bit better ball movement from the USA against that zone, and I'm sure they talked about that at quarter time. But that was some nice action there, some high-low action from high post into our low post, and now we see that Austin finds herself at the line. Sorry, Brianna Jones finds herself at the line.
And Jones was a part of the Connecticut Sun, the WNBA runner-up. And like we spoke about, those WNBA champions are en route here for their Team USA duties.
Well, so impressive for Jones and Thomas, who literally arrived 2 days ago. You know, to get over your jet lag, to get over, you've just played a 4-game series in the WNBA, and but they're pro athletes. They're ready for this, and they want to be here. They want to be representing their country.
When you think about that, that is a 25-hour trip at a minimum. And then the time zone difference here from the East Coast in the United States to Sydney, Australia is plus 14 hours. That's why it was so important, too, even for Belgium, for these teams to get here early, get acclimated. On the floor, fighting for the ball is Laney.
And that's a jump ball. USA.
So jump ball, USA will get the possession. The arrow's pointing their way. And we're much where we started 2 minutes ago with a 10-point differential, Lori. For you, we did not get to this in the beginning of the contest, but what do you believe will be the keys in this game, and what will be those indicators for one of these teams to be victorious?
Well, for me, for Belgium, it was about having really active hands and being disruptive on defense and switching things up, because as I mentioned, USA haven't had a lot of time together, and that's what we've seen so far, switching up some defenses, not letting the USA get into any rhythm, and then of course rebounds and possessions. And for the USA, well, they haven't played together, so it's about poise, it's about not getting frustrated, it's about using your athleticism, your length, your experience, all those things to, you know, play the game the way you want it to be played. Set the tempo.
Here we had a defensive foul called against Ben Abdelkader. That was on the screen there. Atkins rolled off of.
That's a first. Substitutions also for Belgium.
A non-shooting foul, so you're looking at Ariel Atkins getting ready to inbound the ball. Ionescu gets it back, working around the horn. Shot up by the lefty, in and out. Linskens recovers the board. Liman. A lot of dribbling, nowhere to go. And the struggle for Misiman to get a good look at the basket has been the story.
Well, the size, the physicality of the USA is just constant. Whenever they make a sub, they don't lose anything in the size department.
And if you're just joining us, Team USA has 9 here today in day 1 of the FIBA World Cup Championship. This is Group A play. There are 12 total teams competing. And in this group play, you gotta be of the top 4 to move forward. Of course, the winner of this competition gets an automatic bid to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Nice positioning on the baseline.
What a quick pass, quick recognition from Lindstrom to just feed that pass in. There wasn't a lot of room for that, and it had to be quick. Great vision on that, Lissawa.
Wow. And so we'll have a substitution here. Alyssa Thomas steps in, and Atkins out.
That's Atkins' second foul. That's probably why she's heading to the bench for a few minutes at least this quarter.
Lissawa will hit her first free throw. Just 21 years old, Maxwell Lissawa. 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Maxwell Lissawa.
That's the first time in today's game that Belgium have gone to the foul line. So 2 for 2, 100%. They need to make sure, though, that they are getting themselves to the foul line. You can see the USA is big inside. Brianna Stewart, Copper Jones, they know how to change shots. So it's a little intimidating going in there, but they can't go away from that. Go in, collapse the defense, kick it out to your shooters.
Ionescu also had to step out. I believe there was some blood that her team staff had to take care of. Misaman? No, it's off. Austin might have had a hand in that.
That's not her strength, Misaman. She likes to put it to the floor. She likes to drive, but she can shoot the three, and she was wide open. So I think you have to take that shot.
Bringing the ball up, Alyssa Thomas. Shot is good. Brianna Jones, the 6'3" center.
That's the zone breaker right in the middle of that foul line called the nail. Get there, that breaks up the zone. That makes it difficult to defend.
Aliman shakes Thomas. And then forcing up a shot is Linskins there. Shot clock forcing Belgium into some positions they don't want to be in. Then you have the play at the basket, Alyssa Thomas spinning through traffic. It's okay.
It was a good decision to, go quickly, beat the zone up the floor before they get set up.
And Aliman's got to be a little frustrated here with that throwaway.
Substitution is for Belgium. Checking in number 6, Antonio.
That's Belgium's 9th turnover. And over the course of the tournaments they've been playing, they've really taken care of the ball well. They sort of average around 12 for the game. So they'll be disappointed in their 9 turnovers. And we know that came early, a lot of them early in that first quarter.
Copper taken away. Pick and pocket was Ben Abdelkader. Feed up is good. Aliman, the finisher.
That's what I was saying. Be disruptive. Get your hands in the passing lanes. Be active.
Lloyd again. Ben Abdelkader being disruptive, Lori, like you said. A jump ball, and this will stay with Belgium.
And that's a jump ball. Belgium possession.
She's had a real impact coming off the bench. Not so much scoring this time, but defensively she's been active. She's created some. She's got some deflections out there.
She's got that grit right now and something that could catch fire.
It is. It's really inspirational for your teammates when you see people diving on the floor and just that look of determination on your face to come up with the ball.
And so Belgium will have 14 seconds on the shot clock to play with here. Galera being guarded tightly by Lloyd. Linskins, she's got the size advantage. She can't get it up in time.
What great one-on-one defense by Jewel Lloyd, just staying with Aliman, not giving her an inch.
Kalia Copper on the wing. Moves the ball inside through lots of red jerseys. Aliman has a good hand in that. Misaman with the steal and the tackle. Nearly no whistle here on contact. But maybe that was a freebie for Team USA as Ben Abdelkader hit the deck.
She was going hard at pace to the basket in that fast break situation.
Screen comes from Linskens. Gets it back. Messiman. Linsken open on the key. She'll hit it this time.
Well, it's not the exact shot that you would expect from Linskens, but the way they're playing, that pick and pop on that on-ball screen, that was the shot that was there. That was what was wide open.
Lloyd gets another good look on the baseline in position. What a rebound by Alyssa Thomas. Copper now. A miss.
Belgium have to make sure if they're going to stick in that zone, they have to block out on that first shot. One and done. Don't give them second chance opportunities. USA's too good for that.
Messiman has a look. Goes up against two. She'll hit it. That's her first field goal of the game.
And they need Messiman to be involved. I mean, she's been involved, but to get her on the scoring, get her going, she's just so important to this team at both ends of the court.
That bucket cuts the lead to 5. Team USA taking a timeout.
Smart timeout by Coach Cheryl Reeve. Again, they've come back now, Belgium. She needs to talk about the zone. She needs to talk about some defensive things that they want to do.
And right now, it's Belgium that is outscoring Team USA here in the second quarter, 11-6. And for Coach Reeve, her team, there's a little bit of pokes of exposure and little cracks where the Cats are trying to capitalize. A look there too at the stats through these first 2 quarters.
Well, Belgium still shooting the 3 ball at 45%, which is a really good number. They'd be really happy with that.
And look at the fans here, guys. What a great way to open up the first day of competition. Lots of Belgian love. We've got Team USA, we've got students. There's an energy in this town. FIBA has arrived.
Well, Australia on a whole is a real sporting nation, and they get behind whatever sport it is, and to have these elite women athletes here in Sydney, it's so exciting for not only Sydney, but for Australia. A lot of people have traveled from around the country to come to this FIBA Women's World Cup.
Brianna Stewart brings the ball up. Atkin being guarded tightly by Alaman. A little football throw to the corner. Lane clears up, easy money for Stewart. They get it right back.
And that's what we can see, why Stewart is such an excellent player all over the globe, wherever she plays. She can find ways and means to score.
A foul offensive against Julie Alaman.
I think it was against Linskens, where she just set a moving screen. That was Brianna Stewart's drive to the basket, but the foul was on Linskens. Just moved her hips and got called for the foul.
Last 2 buckets courtesy Stewart there. She's got 13, leading all scorers on the floor here so far today. Atkins head down, dribbling hard. The roll does not go her way. Thomas looking for help. She gets it, the cutter, Jewel Lloyd.
Great off-ball movement by Jewel Lloyd, just recognizing her teammate was in a little bit of trouble, slashing through the key and finishing strongly.
And so a timeout called.
The coaches have to be all over this. Any little momentum swings, you've got to call a timeout. You've got to then settle your team out, talk about your strategies, what you're going to do.
On n'est pas assez dur sur les rebonds. On est trop gentil. Rappelez-vous comment ils vous sautent sur la gueule ici. Et nous, on est gentils. On est trop gentils. On doit faire des bons box-out. On doit prendre le ballon dans les bras de l'adversaire. Il faut être plus dur. Si on est trop gentil, ils vont nous marcher sur la gueule au rebond. Et pour l'instant, ils ne tiennent que par le rebond. C'est pas par l'attaque qu'ils tiennent, c'est par le rebond.
Well, I tell you what, Coming out of this timeout, Team USA are coming back on court. I'm going to get you.
So about a minute
Here we go.
prior to this timeout, Belgium had cut the lead to 5. Now it's back out to 11.
And I think that's why there was such animation in that timeout from Coach Valerie Demery. And he would be talking about, take care of the basketball. We've got 12 turnovers. Make sure you're blocking out. They've got 11-0 boards already.
Simon gets a little nudge there. Ball gets quickly into the hands of Alimand. Shot clock at 7, no call at the top of the key. Alimand, give and go, shot goes up. Misaman, a miss. Second chance.
Great second effort by Macy, Billy Macy.
And Ben Abdelkader with a 3.
And that's reward for that hard work, that offensive rebound to kick it out to your open shooter.
Ionescu, the feed. Thomas, good as money.
They're getting more comfortable with this zone, finding ways and means to score down the seam.
And we saw Ben Abdelkader get hot when these two went toe-to-toe in DC back in February. She's spotting up to her corner. We'll get a shot up by Messi on the other side. Messi, a surprise 3 from the Cats.
A surprise 3, but a much-needed 3.
7-point game, a minute to play here in the first half. Thomas square spins, goes at it. She'll get the beauty to drop. Thomas in double digits now with 10. Nowhere to go. Dallara goes baseline. She'll step out of bounds. Another turnover.
Oh, that's such a killer when that happens, when you either on the sideline or the baseline driving hard and was looking for a receiver and just stepped out of bounds.
Ionescu with the rock. High-low back to Thomas. Stewart hits the deck. Shot goes up by Lloyd. That would have been a beautiful play.
Well, it was certainly the right movement. Inside out against the zone, make the zone shift. She had a wide open shot there, just didn't drop.
.20 seconds to play. Copper on Almond. A little frustration here. And that wasn't the play Almond had anticipated. She'll keep her head down the dish.
Gotta shoot it.
And no, Belgium does not get a shot up before the half. Team USA up by 9, 48-39 after the first 20 minutes of action. Lori, your first half impressions, what are they?
Well, I have to say, I'm impressed that Belgium's been able to, after that really rocky start, able to fight back and really maintain that that distance that they have with the US. At 9 points right now is certainly achievable in that second half. And the USA, look, I like the way they come out defensively. They are up and in. They're forcing Belgium out of their comfort and really making it difficult. They're catching the ball further out. So USA, they're looking pretty good right now.
And the stats from the field, both teams are shooting pretty similarly.
If you look, though, the big thing for me is 10 free throws for the USA at 80% and only 2 for Belgium at 100%.
Look at those top scores. Multiple players in double digits for USA. Hard to defend.
Well, and that's it. When it is multiple players, you don't know who to stop, who to try. And that's a product of playing it in the zone where different players are going to be open and you don't really have your own player. But the push of the US early on, trying to get some transition baskets and the way they ran the floor. Then Belgium coming out and answering with 3-point shots, many in a row. Julie Alleman doing her stuff, showing her handles, showing her shooting ability.
And Belgium playing catch up from the get-go, but finding answers on the wing from some surprising figures.
Well, there you go. Julie Alleman, we just see her drove, we saw her shoot a 3, and now we see a great assist. But Brianna Stewart leading all scorers out there, and she has been instrumental in the U.S., just what she brings at both ends of the court.
The most experienced player on Team USA at the senior level and the captain of this squad. A lot of good, a lot of work to be done here at the half, Lori. What do you think those messages are going to be, specifically for Team USA?
I think USA will be about pushing the ball, but keeping that defensive intensity up. Anytime you haven't been able to sort of practice as much offensively, and we know they're great one-on-one players, it comes down to the defensive end. Can they get stops? Can they be disruptive against Belgium?
And just the defensive prowess. Wow.
Well, Brianna Stewart has such good IQ. She can recognize when she's open, when she needs to pass the ball, what she has to do out there. But it's a great effort by both teams. First game of the Women's World Cup for each of them. 48-39.
Yep, a great first half here. Team USA out in front, 48-39. We'll be back with second half action in just a few minutes. We'll see you then.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Japan have a chance to run. Numbers down the floor for the Japanese. Takada presents the early screen. They take the pull up. The 2 is good. And Fujioka, great decision, saw the gap, separated from the screen and knocked it down. Gibraltar tries to answer for Belgium.
See if Diame can get in, go up quickly. No, it's going to be Diouf. Oh, she's going to pull it up from deep. Oh, are you kidding me? The three-pointer! You're just thinking, why are you taking this long shot?
All over the pass lane, behind the back from Montse for 2. She clenches the fist on the way past. No one wants this more than Danny Montse. She does not want that career to end today. Good job, Shirazi has it. Number 3 is down the floor. She's going to get a look. Shirazi doesn't like what she sees. Anna Stewart with the 2 off the pretty little pass from Shirazi. It over Fries, and Montse with a real great read going up is blocked. Won't worry if Eddie Montse, she's been blocked before in her career.
The temptation is to go to Montse every time down the floor, but others have to step up. And there, Johannes gets it inside to Miam.
And that's kind of the little why you would pay for a ticket to see Johannes. She's just exciting.
Spain were surrounding Cambage. Here's Sanchez. Good! Look at that! Talk about contributions from the bench. Here we go. Whitcomb. Little shake and bake, goes baseline, puts it up, put it on the highlight reel. And now Belgium's turn. Alemán this time, delivering to Messerman.
They're just exciting to watch.
Opportunities to score.
Xu has it high, so shouting spins. Oh!
That was another highlight move.
If you're just joining us, it is halftime. Team USA up 48, Belgium 39. But we have seen some spectacular offense. We're starting with the Belgium highlight reel. Let me go ahead and introduce you to number 55, Julie Alemán.
She had a huge impact in that first half. She's a three-point shooter. We know that she's a facilitator a lot of the times, but today's mindset has been coming out as a scorer, and we can see her driving to the basket, shooting threes, making assists as she always does, but she's looking really good this quarter.
And for Team USA, leading the way, and who was splashed all over those top 10 plays just moments ago, Breanna Stewart, 13 points, shooting 50% from the field. She's got a 3 too.
Well, we know Breanna Stewart has to lead this team. In the absence of some of those experienced players, she wants to be a leader. She runs the floor so well. She can put the ball on the floor and go to the hoop, goes after her own rebounds. She's got a good basketball IQ, so she can recognize when the closeout's long, when she can drive by. But she just brings so much to that USA team.
And we're only 20 minutes in. It is halftime here of the opening game here inside the Kudos Bank Arena. We are in Sydney, Australia. All these fans, well, they're waiting so patiently to figure out how this one ends. Despina Barton alongside former Australian assistant coach Laurie Chiswick. We are in the booth with you here today and not doing what these folks are doing. We're not on our phone, Laurie, but we are certainly scrolling through our stats and making our notes. A lot of smiles here for Team USA fans. They're up by 9.
Well, some of the stats just quickly running our eyes over that I noticed was the turnovers. So 14 for Belgium compared to only 6 with the USA. So the USA are doing a good job of taking care of that ball. Even though they haven't played together a lot up till now, they still have a good rhythm with each other. And that's partially because they are looking to push the ball and just get early shots in transition. But taking care of the ball will be really important for Belgium. Also getting themselves to the foul line. I mentioned they've only been there twice compared to the USA at 10. So they need to, they're good foul shooters, so they need to make sure that they mix it up between that three-point shooting and getting themselves to the line.
A couple keys to keep in mind as they make their way through the tunnel here inside the Superdome. We are in the middle of the Olympic Village where all the magic happened in 2000. A look at some of the game leaders for Belgium. Again, one of their keys here today when they faced USA was certainly to match the physicality of this team.
And I think it took them I think it took them a while to reach that goal in the first quarter. They came out a little bit intimidated, and you know, obviously the USA have a real reputation. They're gold medalists for a good reason, and they came out as the intimidators, and it took Belgium a while to settle into the game. But once they did, as we said, at one point it was a 5-point game in that second quarter.
And even in the first, it was within 1. So it's a game of runs, right, Laurie? To continue and to capitalize on that momentum, especially when you look on paper and the star power that USA has, even just with 9 available today is hard to match, especially with not Alaman, but Messiman didn't get her first field goal till the second quarter.
Well, that's right, and I loved how with the coaches, and you talk about momentum swings, they've been spot on in calling their timeout quickly, being really assertive in what they call, wanting to get their messages to their players right away, not letting a team get too far ahead or get into any sort of rhythm. So the coaches are all over this.
And it's fun. Top 12 teams in the world are here in Sydney over the next 2 weeks. And this is just day number 1. We're looking at Group A play. Obviously, USA and Belgium on the floor, but you got Puerto Rico, China, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Korea, all a part of that Group A. And on the other side, France, Serbia, Japan, the Olympic silver medalists, Mali, Canada, and Australia, the host nation.
Well, the first game of the tournament is completed already. It was held at the other stadium, and Puerto Rico defeated Bosnia and Herzegovina 82-58. So that's a good first up win for Puerto Rico.
And probably a confidence builder for them too, who walk in without Jasmine Guathmi, their star shooting guard. Yeah, a lot of injuries have tapered the rosters and the lineups here for a lot of these teams.
Well, that's the thing when you come to tournament play, you know, to get to the medal round, it's about playing good basketball, but it's also a little bit of luck with it as far as injury goes and where people are sitting. So, you know, unfortunately, there's been some injuries prior to them arriving in Australia and getting injured during trainings here, which is so unfortunate. But that's just the nature of tournament play and coming and traveling all over the world.
It's like a grand slam for tennis, right? It's a game, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
It is, and that's why it's interesting also to observe how the coaches are utilizing their benches and their players. And yes, you absolutely want to win, but you've got a game to prepare for the next day too. So the sole focus is on this game. The sole focus now for Belgium and the USA is this next 20 minutes. They want to come away. You can't underestimate the importance of winning early in the tournament. To win your first up games is so important when it comes down the track to the end of the tournament.
Really, it's an opportunity to set the tone, right? How much does that mean for a team? For you being on the coaching side of things, how does that help you navigate a tournament at this length and this caliber?
Well, it helps you navigate it in such that, one, you've got the win on the board, but two, it builds confidence every time you get a win, every time you step on the floor and you play well as a team, and you can build on that. And as I say, you don't know what happens around the end of the tournament. Players are more fatigued, injuries might play a factor. So to get those wins early when everybody's fresh, everybody's on the court is really important.
All right, clapping it up here at midcourt. Team USA is going to start with the ball. Lloyd will inbound. And we've got a fresh 10 minutes on the clock. Copper gets it back to Atkins, down low, look to Thomas. A little floater, it's off. Messiman brings it up. Valera kind of caught up here in the corner. Nowhere to go, she needs some help. And a whistle, 5 seconds, another turnover, Lori.
Well, that was such great on-ball defense, on-ball pressure by Kalia Copper. She was all over, she had nowhere to go. You need your teammates to move and help and come and get the ball from you.
Working around the horn for USA. Kalia Stewart. Her foot was on the line, so it only counts for 2.
It was a good ball movement by USA to get.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, that was a 3.
I thought it was a 3.
I can't see this far. I'm getting, I gotta get my glasses. Open look, Aliman. Off front rim, jumping and leaping for that board was Thomas. The feet up too much.
Right idea, and like I said at halftime, Brianna Stewart is great at running the floor. Anytime, any opportunity, it's rim to rim. She's a target. She likes deep seals out there, or she can stop and prop at the three-point line.
So versatile, standing at 6'3", 28 years old, just a vet of the game. And I did get to catch her family is here. Her wife arrived and her new baby. So this is certainly a family affair for a lot of these players that are competing over the next 2 weeks. Atkins jumper, baseline, no good.
Well, I might be a bit biased, but I'd have to say Australia, and in particular Sydney's a really great place to hold a tournament and then maybe sightsee and see a few things.
Yeah, it's not hard convincing, right, family members to come visit, as we got Copper all alone, a steal and a finish.
So we're seeing that smothering defense from the USA that we saw at the start of the game. They aren't giving Belgium any breathing room whatsoever.
Lee jumps out to 14. On a foul.
It's the same foul that was called earlier in the game. If we just take a look first at that steal, that active hands, but it was an offensive foul on a screen. A screen's just moving slightly. Kalia Copper exits the court, just holding her hip flexors. Hopefully she's okay.
Stewart stripped away, but not before some contact, so she'll get to shoot 2. Yeah, Copper must have got some entanglement.
Well, I think it wasn't that foul that was called. If the moving screen, she's trying to get over it, she could have just caught her on the hip.
And here you see her being stretched out. And Stewart's still keeping and taking care of business out here. 17 points. Make it 18. Full court pressure. You talked about the defense. Stepping it up a notch. Simon has the size advantage here. She lets it fly. It's good for 2.
I'm so glad she didn't pass that ball. She did have a mismatch, and she needs to get involved scoring-wise. So great decision by Emma Miseman.
And so Ben Abdelkader picks up her second personal here at midcourt. But not before that beauty.
I don't mind that foul. I think it shows that they want to get up and they want to get in and they want to put some pressure on the USA, and they're not going to take a backward step. It wasn't a shooting foul. So it just sort of sends a message saying, you know, we're not going to be a pushover here.
Lloyd gets the screen. She takes a shot herself and drains it.
Wow, that was easy. That looked easy. Just a great pull-up jump shot.
USA up by 16.
We see Benaja Laney on the floor, number 14, and she actually played a season in Australia in our professional league, the WNBL, in Melbourne. So Australian fans would be familiar with her.
She now resides and plays for the New York Liberty. So Atkins out, Copper back on. Belgium ball, 14 seconds on the shot clock, and some active hands by Team USA. Copper there defending the inbound. Linskins quickly to Messiman. Aliman, Stewart steps up. Shot clock 1, shot goes up, it's deflected by Stewart. I want to say that's her third block of the contest.
Well, Belgium are just under such shot clock pressure. Great shot by Benaja Laney, but as I said, Belgium, how many times have they just at the end of a shot clock had to put it up? And that's because of the defense that the USA is putting on them right now.
Linskin head down, turns, spins, gets it to go.
Linskins did a good job of persevering there with that spin shot.
She's got 7. Skip pass to Lord. She'll feed it inside. Ball keeps moving. And that time, Copper, there was a miscue between the two.
We haven't seen many of those miscues, and I've been really surprised about that.
Checking in, number 25.
Now, Team USA, Lori, has been here since September 14th. So they have had a lot of time to work together.
They have, but their whole team hasn't been here. So they're missing.
These are the creme de la creme.
They're missing, you know, they were missing 5 players. Now they're only missing 3. But what I've been so impressed with the USA is we always think of how powerful they are scoring, and we talk about their, you know, ability to score, all of them playing one-on-one. But I've been impressed with their defense. I think their defense has been rock solid. They've been up and in, and it looks like they've really bought into the challenge of let's be a great defending team.
Ben Abdelkader with the ball. She did provide some offensive sparks. A good looking feed down under the points. Credit to Messi.
That was a great decision by Mechia, just coming off the bench. Slipping that screen and finding herself wide open. Nice soft hand on the catch and the finish.
Copper draws it herself. In and out. Now, that was Becky Messi on the defensive end. Set of twins here on this Belgium squad. As a lost possession here.
So that's another offensive charge on the same screen and roll type situation. She just was a little bit too excited when she went and set that screen and raised her arm bar, pushed her out of the way, and got called for a foul.
Linskins takes a break when she saw Stewart was exiting the court. Thomas, nice feed to Jones. Brianna Jones, go to work!
She wanted that ball inside. She had position. She held on to that position. She kept her player behind her and was rewarded with a nice basket.
Trying to split defenders and find a gap. They find one. Becky in the corner. Messi misses. Coming at you, watch out. USA on the run, Alyssa Thomas, the chosen one.
I have to say, USA look like they're enjoying themselves out there. They're really, there's a good feeling amongst them. You can see them high-fiving, pointing at each other, and I mean, why wouldn't you? You're up by 19 in your first game.
Let me tell you though, when they came out for Media Day, while it was a fun adventure, you know, they had these great interviews at mid-court, and you get to know some of the players a little bit deeper and on a more personal level. Man, when you asked them what they were here to do, just like that shot by Becky Messi, they're here to take care of business, Lori. And their only goal is for gold. And excuse me, that was Julie Van Loo.
Van Loo, yes.
With the 3.
And she is a 3-point specialist. She loves to come in and just put it up at every opportunity.
There's the shot by Ben Abdelkader. No, won't go. A fight in the rebound, and it won't go Belgium's way.
Well, we know how Ben Abdelkader can light it up, so that was a good shot to take.
I love how we're seeing the set of twins on the floor right now for Belgium. Number 25, Becky Messi, and her sister, Billy Messi, wearing number 34. Delara takes a breather. We've got 3:24 to play in the third quarter. Team USA up 64-48. 16 points. And a pair of free throws coming up.
Not quite sure what the delay is here. Lissawa's over on the sideline getting something fixed up.
Looks maybe a nose ring.
Yep.
Bandage of sorts. All right, we're ready to go. Benasia Laney pushes the lead now to 17. So calm and composed. So Van Loo will try to get something going here for the Cats. Messi to Messi, baseline, kiss off the glass, won't go. She gets her own rebound. No! But a chance to add 2 on the board will come from the free throw stripe.
It's good she kept at it and didn't stop after missing this first one. She kept in the play, she kept involved.
And these Messi twins, they're 22 years old. She's 22, competing against some of the best WNBA stars in the world.
Well, Belgium have an average age of 25 years old, so you know they're a young team. They've got a lot of upside to them.
2 from 2, Billy Messi.
I like that. We saw Lissawa go to help Team USA, a player that had slid on the floor. A lot of sportsman-like gestures here. Bang, bang, no, it doesn't go for Jones. Bend out to Kerr, she gets it. Abdelkader with another 3 for Belgium.
A little bit of energy in the team now. You can see that really helped their confidence and what they're wanting to do.
Cut the lead to 13.
Just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter.
Thomas will dribble it out and get it back over to Lloyd. Give and go will be disrupted by a foul. And it looks like we'll be in shooting 2.
That's Abdelkader's 3rd foul. Belgium are over the limit, and so we'll shoot the 2 foul shots.
Freebie goes down. Melissa Thomas, the 30-year-old that plays for the Connecticut Sun. This is her 2nd appearance with the national team. She'll get them both.
That brings up her 14th point. USA have a wide spread of scoring, and as you would expect, they're all such talented players. They're not going to just rely on 1 or 2. They're all stars in their own right.
Van Loo goes right at the lane. No foul called against Jones. Some good defense. Stewart back on the floor. She gets the feed, free throw line. A miss. Misawa with the rock. Van Loo stripping a defender. Kick ball. The pass intended for Billy Messi.
That's a foot violation. Possession.
They're certainly looking, Belgium, on that pick and roll, that initial pick and roll, to try and get that ball inside. Messi almost slipped it a bit early to try and get open.
And a foul away from the ball.
Offensive foul. Assistant number 25.
Becky Messi.
The refs are really honing in on screening, whether it's screening away or screening on the ball, but they've called it consistently all game. So it's up to the teams, the coaches, the players to make those adjustments as the referees are calling the game.
Laney's pass disrupted. We're moving with Belgium. Van Loo to Missy. Missy tried to hit her sister there. I think the presence of Brianna Jones did some mysterious things there.
Belgium have their all bench players on right now, so I'm not sure if the coach is resting his starters for that fourth quarter. We'll see what happens.
Stewart Bunny, that one goes down. Stewart keeps tacking them on. She's got 20. Under a minute to play here, the third quarter. USA up by 17. Messi takes the shot herself. It's short.
We see Rezemont has on the court number 10 for her first minutes of the game. They jumped into a man-to-man now, Belgium.
On the floor, Brianna Jones looked like her left shoulder a little shook up here.
So Belgium just can't afford that. They secured the ball. They've got to make sure they get a good outlet pass, they get the ball up the floor, and they get a good look at the basket every single time. You know, when you turn the ball over 21 times and it's not even at the end of the third quarter yet, that's going to be an issue for your team.
Shooken up here is Brianna Jones as she walks toward the bench. Medical team will get her the attention she needs, and Shakira Austin takes her place. Stewart back to business. 22 for Brianna Stewart.
She just makes it look so easy, Brianna Stewart. Just effortless in what she does out there. The way she moves, the way she shoots the ball.
It's like a video game. We're at home punching the X's and the O's on PlayStation 2. That ages me. Last shot, is it in? It
yes,
is!
Yes, they needed that basket and it was so easy. A nice penetration.
Yes, Maxwell Alisawa will send Belgium to the break with some momentum.
Well, it was perfectly timed, that last shot. Drive, kick out to the open shooter, shot clock running down, nailing the three. Exactly what Belgium would want heading into this fourth quarter.
USA up handedly, 72-56. A look at those stats, Lori. What stands out to you?
Well, again, free throws, look at the difference there, 16 compared to 4. And again, it's not so much that Belgium aren't looking to try and drive, but they're just looking, the defense is like a wall in there.
Let's warm up our voices. We're ready to bring them home, folks. I think you know this one.
And you were right, Belgium sat their starters late in that third quarter. You gotta imagine it's to muster up some more energy to keep pace physically with Team USA.
Well, it's not something you want to, you know, you don't want to rest them now this last quarter and sort of say hand in the towel, but because it's important that they play together. They get that symmetry. They work on the chemistry, because these national teams from all over the world, their players come from all different spots, so it's their opportunity. So they need to play together. They need to, you know, work on their rotations. So I think we'll see the starters back out at this quarter.
And for Belgium, they're just making their second appearance in the FIBA World Cup competition. In fact, their international emergence has really stemmed over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
I've been so impressed at where they've come from, and it really started 4 years ago at the Women's World Cup in Spain, where they had a really good showing, finished 4th, got into the medal round and then lost. And then, you know, again, they were competitive at the Olympics. They did well in Eurobasket, and then the qualifiers. So they've just gotten better and better as the time's gone on.
And we all know about Team USA. This is their 17th World Cup tournament. They've won 10 titles, 4 more than any other team in the world. So USA definitely have held on tight to that #1 FIBA world ranking for some time. They're playing with just 9. They're waiting for 3 more to arrive of that Las Vegas Aces squad. And if you're just joining us here today, you're looking at Group A action between the Belgium Cats and Team USA. I'm Despina Barton, joined by former Australian assistant coach Lori Chiswick here in the booth. Through 3 quarters, we've seen some good highlights and some lowlights, but this is the first game of the competition. It's a long haul.
It certainly is, Despina. And I'd have to say there's been more highlights than lowlights in this game. I'm being impressed with, you know, both teams' ability to come out, grasp their opportunities, and see what's in front of them. And you talk about you know, what USA brings to this World Championships. That's just added pressure in itself. So, you know, everybody thinks, oh, there's no pressure, they're the USA. But you don't want to be that team that doesn't make a gold medal after how many times. So that's an added pressure to them.
You know what was really refreshing, and I know we're staying in the team hotel here in the Olympic Park, is they had a welcome barbecue of sorts. And you see everybody kind of get together and kind of laugh. We know there's a big competition going on and obviously lots of pressure. But at the end of the day, these professional athletes are humans, and so they're able to share in these unique experiences with one another. And I just thought it to be so raw, and you know, everyone's more than, you know, the basketball player they are here on the court. So,
well, if you take that very point, you go next season. Brianna Stewart and Emma Mesaman are going to be playing together in Fenerbahce in Istanbul in Turkey, and the head coach is none other than Marina Malkovic from the Serbian national team. So it's a small world when it comes to basketball and playing. 1 minute your teammates, the next minute your opponents, representing your country with pride.
Shot flung up there by Van Loo.
That's that shot clock pressure right down. That's the U.S. playing that defense. But here we see a chance for Belgium now.
Laying on the left, it's good.
Now that'll hit the highlight reel, a little behind the back, no look pass from Van Loo.
A screen foul called against Belgium. Resimo.
Substitution for the USA, checking in number 4.
Yeah, what a beauty. I was looking down at that transition.
That's what you say, having eyes in the back of your head.
Van Loo felt it. Shakira Austin, Atkins, the lefty, nothing but net.
She did not have a lot of time and space to release that shot. It was quick, it was nice, and she shot it confidently.
Aliman finds a baseline. Nope, good on the left.
Don't think she realized quite how open she was.
Split the waters and didn't know what to do. Stewart, attack on the right. Her hook doesn't go. Linskins pats it to the other team. Oh, great hands there by Messimon.
That was just an incidental tripping foul on a fast break opportunity. Now, I think what the refs are talking about right now is, was there anybody ahead of them? Can they look at that as an unsportsmanlike foul? It was really incidental.
Personal foul assist to number 11.
So foul on the floor is personal foul number 11. This is at any time of the game check for potential upgrade or downgrade to a sportsmanlike foul. Can we see normal camera, normal speed? Main camera, normal speed. Okay, can you go back to the point of contact? To the point of go. Tell me when is the foul. Now?
The referee.
Okay, stop on the point of contact, please. Okay, which angle can show? Can we see number 3? Can we see yes, number 3? Okay, go back a little bit. Go, a couple of seconds back and go front. Okay, do we have any other angle that can help us more? This one, okay, show. Okay, we cannot see. Let's go back to the main camera. Okay, go back and play normal speed. A little bit more back and play normal speed, and we'll decide based on this.
It's a hand first.
Okay, so the contact is left hand grabbing the elbow, and it's is it a normal basketball play? No. So how much is it for you on a scale from 0? The criteria is not a legitimate attempt to play the ball. From 0 to 10?
I don't know. I go 9.
9? I also go with 9. So we go with unsportsmanlike foul. Upgrade?
So we go number 11.
Go back, number 11, and the shooter will be...
Number 10.
Yep, number 10. Show us the number so that we see the number.
Because the hand is before the trip. You see?
Yeah. I want to see the number of the shooter.
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, let's go. Thank you. Confirm. Upgrade to a sportsmanlike foul.
Well, you all heard it as we did. I love the insight and the ability to listen in to how the determination is made. And here, Kalia Copper's foul will be upgraded. And so on the free throw line here, we'll see Laura Rizimo.
It's important to note that while this is called an unsportsmanlike foul, it's not because, something took place that, was a rough play or physical. It just means that there was no defenders in front, that they look at where the ball is, where it happened, and that there was no, it wasn't basketball related. So she just happened to nudge her hand before the trip, so they call that unsportsmanlike.
Van Loo, feed to the cutter, Linskins, one more extra touch, and Stewart was all over Rizimo.
Well, that's something for Belgium, that's the action that they want. So they had a pick and roll. She rolled to the short corner. She looked like she was going. You could see Linskins here. Player came across, Atkins came across to help, and Rizimo slashed to the basket and finds herself at the foul line.
Misses 3 in a row, though. Not quite the performance her Cats would have liked. So 1 of 4 from the free throw line for Rizimo. So Lara comes back on the court. Full court pressure as well. Give and go. Stewart safely gets it over midcourt.
Well, we know last time these two teams met in February in the qualifier, USA was up by 20 points and Belgium did bring it back to 9. So we'll see if that can happen again today, because it's important not to let this blow out, to make sure that you stay competitive.
And we did see a nice reverse there from Shakira Austin. Aliman Linskins. That one deflected it away. And Nisimon on the ground with Ariel Atkins. Football pass up to Alemond. Quasi high-low, and the finish by Linskins. The spacing's been a little off, Lori, right? Is that something you're seeing too?
Well, I thought that Linskins, she's been sort of on a pick and roll, been popping out, but this time she went straight to the basket. She got it, she collected it, and she had to use her size and physicality to finish off, but I thought it was a great basket by her.
Six minutes to play, 20-point game. This is the opening day of the FIBA World Cup, and you're seeing the great hands of Kalia Copper. That will count. A three-point opportunity for the finisher in Copper.
And she bounces off the ground. She's happy about that. She just exploded on that. If you can see here, the steps that she takes, just driving it hard. Eyes up on the target. Now finds herself at the foul line to finish it off. And one.
I will tell you this, Lori, she was one of the most animated players to go through the FIBA Media Day, little pit stops and stations. She was lovely. I was admiring from afar.
Well, you can tell that the way she bounced off the floor.
Too short. We're late in the game. Those legs might be getting tired.
4 players for the USA are in double figures right now. Leading the way, Brianna Stewart with 22 points.
Fadeaway jumper here from Delara was a pretty one. Austin. Spin will shoot over Linskins. No go. Belgium fighting against each other for the board.
Substitutions for the USA. Number 6, Sabrina Ionescu.
So Copper takes the bench, and we welcome back Sabrina Ionescu. Remember the New York Liberty, making her Team USA senior team debut. Lloyd splits the traffic. No, the reverse wasn't good. Hitting the deck is Linskins, grabbing her right knee after the contact from Austin.
What a great opportunity for number 13, Shakira Austin, to play with this USA team. It's her first time at senior basketball here, and she is 22 years old, playing with all this experience and the likes of a Brianna Stewart, Brianna Jones. Now that's not something we like to see. Linskins holding her knee. She is so critical to this Belgium lineup. She's their biggest player, their inside presence, finisher inside.
And she'll get some assistance off the floor and gingerly walking on that right leg. Kira Linskins, the 6'4" center for Belgium.
I would doubt that we'll see her the rest of the game. I would think that she'll get some some sort of treatment, because as we've said all along, she's important, and it is a long tournament ahead. They've got a lot of games.
9 points, 10 rebounds for Linskins today. Lissawa. Aliman trying to shake off Thomas. Draws two, kicks it out. Shot is stuck. This one doesn't count, right, Lori? Aliman doesn't get the points.
And when the ball gets stuck like that, it becomes like a jump ball situation. So the arrow is pointing to the USA. Sort of anticlimactic when that happens. But USA's ball. 5 minutes exactly left in this game.
Nice hands by Lissawa. Thomas, Messiman giving her the lane.
Three on the clock, gotta go.
2-1, misses. Sabrina Ionescu there for the weak side rebound, but a whistle.
Personal foul, assistant number 34, Billy Massey. Her third personal.
So Team USA will get a refresh shot clock here, fresh 14. A foul against Billy Messi. Ionescu, three ball on the wing, it's off. Delara, head down, straight to the left, missed. Ionescu fights for it with Lissawa. This will stay here.
So what Belgium did on that last shot is what we call pistol action, where they did a dribble handoff. She came off straight into an on ball and looked to drive it into the basket. Of course, it didn't pay off with the shot, but we have a timeout here now. It's an action that they use quite a bit, Belgium.
Basketball's an emotional game, folks. Turn this into a big screen. It's time for emoji cam. You see it scrolling down to when that emoji comes, we need to replicate it.
Sur flash. Ici on fait l'écran. Et pareil, si jamais on joue le zipper, on le joue avec Jones.
There we go. Wait for the next emoji coming up.
Ou on joue ici la première intention, ou on joue la deuxième avec Jones. Ok. Même chose sur le L ou le système 2.
Next emoji. Oh, there it is. Perfect. She's got it. Give a round of applause.
Là, on a la balou.
Who's coming up next on emoji cam? What's your time?
On fait la touche.
Look at that. Look at me.
On fait la touche.
You've done it well. You've done it well. You might have time for one or two more. Who's next? Who's next? Ball straight out of the goal.
So Lori, with these last 4 minutes for Belgium, this game seemingly out of range. So what are you looking to get out of this time against USA?
Well, I think you're looking at exactly what we just saw, sort of executing some actions so that you become comfortable with them as the tournament moves on. Don't take a backward step. Yes, it's 20 points, but you still want to get something out of these last 4 minutes. Run through your sets, run through your structures, and still play the good defense.
One second, gotta get a shot up. Delara, no. Second chance opportunity in the corner, physically outnumbered, but Lissawa with the fight.
And Julie Alleman was really quick to run over to her teammate and help her up. And you need to do that. You still need to have energy, regardless what the scoreline is, regardless what time of the game it is. We see two subs coming in right now, Van Loo and Becky Messi.
And Belgium still working that full court D. Nice hands, Lissawa again gets another steal. She'll shake off her defender, and it's an easy 2. Thomas did not like that.
She didn't, did she?
But how feisty has Maxwella Lissawa been? Stewart, pull up Jay, no. Last touch by USA.
Substitutions for Belgium.
Pesky Lissawa, yeah. Clap it up. More of that as we move on.
USA have still, their starters have still actually played fairly big minutes. Jewel Lloyd is up to 31. Copper is at 30. So Belgium have forced, you know, them to play their best players.
Messi blocked. Oh, it sounded like she got tipped there by Jones. Ionescu picks up her dribble. Jones gives it back. Jones out of position. Guess who's got the handles? We're talking about Lissawa.
Great active hands by Lissawa.
Van Loo to Messi. Thomas keeps that ball in play.
And there's Lissawa again in the center of the action, diving on it, making sure that her team has a chance at it.
Number 11,
and we'll have a timeout called. USA taking the time here to discuss a few items.
Well, again, in a situation like this where they haven't spent a whole lot of time together, timeouts like this when you have the luxury of being up by 18 points is a real teaching opportunity. So she can talk about what wants to happen in these last 2 minutes, what they want to do defensively, maybe some offensive actions that they want to get through as well. So it is about teaching at this stage.
And look at the disparity with turnovers, points in the paint. USA showing off their power in the paint and also their agility in forcing those turnovers. With only 9 on the floor, Lori, or at least 9 playing today. The other 3 will be coming in shortly from their WNBA duties.
Well, I mean, I think the USA has certainly sent a message to say, doesn't matter who's here, doesn't matter who's on the court, doesn't matter that we've had retired players, but we are here to play. We are here to go after another gold medal.
.230 to play. Atkins pass, miscue. Guess who's there? It is Messi. Can she finish? No. Laney takes the lane herself. An offensive foul. She'll get called for using her arm to clear the way.
It was really good defense by Julie Van Loo. Really staying connected with that offensive player and forcing her to, you know, use that arm bar and get called for the foul.
Ramet. Messi to Lissawa. Creating her own shot. She's the undersized player here. Making sure Atkins stays awake. Thomas dribbling in circles, in and out. Getting that board. Laney, foul drawn, hands go up by Messi.
Personal foul. Assistant number 34, Messi. That's her fourth.
So we will see Beneja Laney, the 28-year-old, on the free throw line for Team USA.
And also checking in for Belgium to see her first minutes is number 99, Joris.
Just 21 years old. The young center, Joris. The crowd filing in. This arena is huge, a lot, you know, for a work day.
Substitutions for the US, checking back in. Number 6.
Sydney is showing up to show support for their favorite teams.
In Australia, it's school holidays right now, so there's a couple of weeks, and talking to people a lot, we're bringing families here and their kids to just come and watch this wonderful basketball.
Van Loo, drive and dishes out to Ramet. It's short, fighting for it, Lissowa. Ionescu picks up her dribble. Cutter comes, not before sliding on the ground. Atkins gets tripped up. Near her was Lissowa.
You know, while Belgium won't be happy with this result because they came much closer to them last time, certainly it's not such a bad thing to play USA your first game. Get that out of the way. Get a good rhythm happening, and you know, it's a lot of games in your pool. They'll have a lot of opportunity to win some other games.
And then you get, you know, some confidence builders like that one. Becky Messi, the 22-year-old from range. Under a minute to play. Jones, again, the disruptor, Lissowa, relentless. And that's actually incredible. That's her first personal
surprised because she's been, and that's a good, you know, demonstration to her team that that's the way you can play. You know, the referees are letting things go a little bit, so they should learn from this game what they can and can't do moving forward.
Brianna Jones drains her 2 free throw lines here.
87% from the free throw line for the USA. That's impressive. 20 out of 23.
Those are free points. Van Loo will take some contact here.
Personal foul, assistant number 7.
I like that Brianna Jones kept her on her feet. The little tuck on the jersey. I got you.
So do you think Coach Cheryl Reeve will sleep better tonight after this first game under the belt?
You know, if I was a guessing woman, I think she might get a good nap. And no, she won't get any real sleep.
No. As coaches, that's your job after games, is to prepare, think of all the what ifs could happen and how are we going to handle this.
Well, they see Puerto Rico tomorrow first thing in the morning. So Lissowa, steal, gives it to Messi. The cutter comes, finish. Van Loo, what a way to kind of get some positive energy here. Cuts the lead to 15. Pesky, the Cats are.
And I really like the fact that they haven't dropped their heads. They've kept going. We have 26 seconds left in this game, and they're still fighting it out. That's class. That's what you want. They're still proud to be representing their nation.
Laney, the familiar one here in Australia. That's 18 seconds. Ionescu gives it right back to her, falling to the ground. In there for the rebound. Austin trying to do something with it. It goes the other way. No whistle. Officials letting them play a little bit here. Final 6 seconds. Belgium gonna dribble it out. Elisa Ramet will hold the ball at midcourt. And the first game for these two teams in their FIBA World Cup tournament is in the books. Team USA 87, Belgium 72. USA, who led by a lot, closed it out by 15. For you, Lori, your biggest takeaways from seeing these two go at it here for the last 40 minutes?
Well, my biggest takeaway for sure for the USA is just at times the smothering defense that they played, the way they took Belgium out of their rhythm. the way anytime Belgium put the ball over their head, they were jamming up, jamming in, making them catch the ball further out than they wanted. So being really disruptive. I was impressed at times with the US's defense. And of course, we know that their ability to score. And they did a pretty good job of, you know, playing together for their first game. They had a few turnovers, which they can cut out as well. But overall, a pretty good effort by the USA. And for Belgium, well, again, they'll learn from this. They'll learn that they have to take pressure. You know, there's going to be a lot of teams that are putting pressure on them, getting up and in, and they can't take a backward step. They've got some great players. Misaman was pretty quiet tonight at the scoring end, and I'm sure that'll change. But, you know, to end up by 15, losing by 15 to the mighty USA, not such a bad result.
You look at those trips to the free throw line, even getting hot from outside, the rebounding game. I mean, USA did all the fundamentally things they needed to do to walk off this court with a W on day one.
Well, and they had a higher spread of scoring. So they had 4 players in double figures, led by Brianna Stewart with 22. And for Belgium, well, it was a little bit more restricted in their scoring, and really 2 players in double figure, Julie Van Loo and Julie Alemán. So they need to have a few more contributors to make sure that they can compete with the likes of the USA.
And I really hope, I know we saw Kiera Linskens go down late in this contest. She is an integral part for this Cat squad. We hope that she will be okay.
Well, she is, and it's not only on the scoring end where she's a big target inside. She can pick and roll. She likes to pop to that short corner, which we saw numerous times today. But she's their best rebounder. She's their top rebounder, and they need her protecting the paint and you know, being able to match up against some of the other bigs that the nations will bring.
Yeah, for Team USA, it seemed like they had composure from start to finish in this game. I don't think we saw them razzled. And knowing, Lori, that this was a game that they were going to be short-staffed.
Well, I like their approach, the USA. You know, they weren't saying it doesn't matter who we've got there. You know, we're going to take this, and we know that they're in transition right now. But isn't it a great opportunity for new players to step in and create their own legacy? And this was the start of it in this game against Belgium.
A lot of fun to watch, and even more fun to call here in the booth, to see these highlights, to see the heart, the hustle here from Lisawa. Maxwell was just, coach, like you said, a disruptor in this contest.
I love the energy that she brought off the bench and what she brought to the team, just the hustle plays. And you need that. And as you mentioned, that can lift the whole rest of the team.
A lot of promising play here to move forward in the days to come. Much more group action ahead of us all. This is just a look here at day one. The scores: Puerto Rico taking care of Bosnia-Herzegovina, USA victorious, and still more to come. A look now at Group B. These ones won't get started till the afternoon. Canada, Serbia, Japan, Mali. That's us back here.
Can't wait for that one.
Yes. But before that, we're going to close this one out. It's Team USA that puts Belgium to bed 87-72, and their first opening tournament game here in Sydney. For Lori Chiswick, I'm Despina Barton. We'll see you as the tournament continues.